Good morning and welcome. It's a fabulous, fun Friday. And of course, TGIF, we are here to ensure that we make this Friday a memorable one for you. So, hey, come on, just chill, sit back, relax. We're going to make this one big fun for you.
Of course, and we're going to be bringing you all the fun from our studios here live to your screens. And yes, we hope to find our way into your hearts as well with the refreshing content we have just for you. Good morning, Lagos. And as Mike will always say, it's a BEU.
You always sing. Oh, Benny, you did where you did, Jerry. But yeah, it's Friday, and so I was talking to someone, and he was like, today is 5th, but it looks like it should be 15th based on his pockets.
Oh!
Like, this should
the guy has overspent already. All salary is gone.
It should be already middle of a month. But hey, come on, we already.
How's the spending been so far?
We're already more.
You don't finish your salary.
This month just the academy they go. I don't know. This month, yeah, but it's handover month. Of course, the new government is coming at the end of the month, and there's a countdown, 23 years or so, and all that. So hey, come on, it's May.
You're stoked up about it.
It's
May, man.
The year's already almost half gone. What have you been doing? What are your plans? What are your
Don't let
goals?
Anybody tension you.
Look, you have to aspire.
Take your pace.
To perspire.
Go at your own pace. Follow your path. Don't compare. The only person that you should compare yourself with is yourself.
You know that it doesn't make sense. I say that no, you are not. You are not your competition. It's not. But hey, we'll talk about that some other time.
Yes,
come on, just stay, chill back, sit back, relax. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I am Ime Okwache. Remember that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
If you're watching us, it's live on GOTV, channel 16. And then, of course, on the ultra high frequency, that's the terrestrial band. It is channel 49.
And you can also download the app, guys. Yes, we are, or you can carry us wherever you go. We're available on the Android and iOS stores.
All right, let's get straight into what we have for you this morning.
Yes,
we'll be doing quite a lot, but we'll be having a chat. We'll start off with a chat with UK Mobile Awards Afrobeats Artist of 2022, A30, aka the King of Vibes. We'll be talking to him later on today.
And your loved ones on birthday shout-outs.
Ready. Will be giving us a Friday TGIF performance this morning.
For an interesting chat, we have an award-winning actor who won the award for Best Actor of the Year, MSAA 2018, and that is Oluwaseun Kentebe. He has worked with notable directors, and later on we'll be following up on his journey on the show.
Oh. So yesterday was May. Yesterday was May the 4th. Yeah.
May the 4th.
Yeah, and it's known as Star Wars Day around the world. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's not like it was in my mind, but after we the show we didn't talk about that then. So everybody was going all about. We know how big the Star Wars franchise is, one of the biggest franchises ever out there, and people celebrated it in different ways and all of that. And I really do like that greeting when they leave. May the force be with you. Just try to let you know that there's something that is unseen at times, but there is something that controls us more than just what we see. So yes, I just like the concept of the universe of that. And so I would always say, may the force, 4th, today is 5th, be with all of you. What are your plans for this weekend? What are you guys doing?
What am I doing this weekend? Oh, I have work actually, so yeah, that's...
Yeah, ball, show us the way.
I said work, I didn't say enjoyment. You say
work is enjoyment. I mean, what would you be doing this weekend?
I would rest because I've not been feeling too well in the last couple of days, so I just want to rest.
So you just want to...
I've had a really, really busy week.
Okay.
In spite of, my health condition, but I think I really want to rest. So I'm just going to be doing a lot of work on the laptop, but not anything physical.
You see something, I don't know what I was looking... Yes, I saw this message. I think it was on Lamide status, and I told him to send me it said something like, so you walk... Because now if you add traffic, So your average Lagosians work day. The average Lagosian is working, what, maybe 16 hours. If you add traffic and the movement and then you add 8 hours to 9 hours and all of that, it's like you work the whole of the day and you go back home. What are you working for? You work the whole of the week or something. And what are you leaving? You need to understand that you have to live life, and life is meant to be lived and all that. So, you know, it has gotten into me, and I don't know, I need to find a way.
Yeah, I think sometimes, I remember going for a seminar once, and then they talked about how stress, stress is it's an entity on its own. So it depends on how you address it or how you approach it.
Affirmations. We'll pick up on that, MM. Let's just take a break now. We'll take a look at the day and the rest of the week's weather, and we're back with the news. Good morning. It's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messikeno. And in Rivers State, the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu cleared the air about his response to Governor Nyesom Wike's request for refund of money spent on road projects in Rivers State. He reacted to the controversy generated by his comment while inaugurating the new Magistrates Court complex in Port Harcourt on his last day of visits to the state.
It is no longer news that a political alliance exists between an outgoing two-term governor and an incoming president, both from the south. So it is not surprising that the president-elect's comment suggesting that he is not indebted to his political ally elicited mixed reactions across the country. At the inauguration of the new Magistrate Court complex, the former Lagos State governor explained that as president-elect, he does not have the power to act on behalf of the federal government.
He didn't ask for a personal commitment. He asked for a policy commitment, which an incoming president has no authority to offer and approve. There can only be one president at a time. I cannot commit to expenditure on behalf of outgoing president when my tenure has not started. Get educated. Be informed.
Speaking about the project, he described it as an effective way of fighting corruption in the judiciary.
We must fight corruption. And we definitely must look at the other side of the coin. If you don't want your judges to be corrupt, you got to pay attention to their welfare.
Life venture.
The countdown is on to when Governor Wike would be leaving office. With projects like this that have been completed in the twilight of his administration, he is bowing out with a feeling of accomplishment.
Your Excellency, Mr. President-elect, I feel so satisfied. I know in the next 2 weeks, I will already be bowing out. But I'm bowing out with happiness that I'm going home satisfied, that I did not disappoint Rivers people, and I did not disappoint the judiciary. Thank you, and God bless you.
Governor Wike also announced that the state government would release 120 million naira for the maintenance of this new magistrate court complex for 1 year. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Then on to foreign news. The U.S. has denied Russian claims it masterminded an alleged drone attack on the Kremlin. The White House said the U.S. had no involvement at all, adding that the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov was lying. Russia has accused Ukraine of carrying out the alleged attack with Washington's support, claiming it was an attempt to assassinate Vladimir Putin. Ukraine strongly denies the claim, arguing it is a pretext for Moscow to escalate the war earlier. Volodymyr Zelensky told The Hague that the Russian president should be sentenced for his criminal actions. Ukraine's president also called for the establishment of a war tribunal to hold Russia to account for alleged war crimes. Then on to sport, where European hopefuls Brighton snatched a dramatic league win over Champions League chasing Manchester United, courtesy of Alex McAllister's 99th minute penalty. The hosts were awarded a penalty following Luke Shaw's handball dip in injury time, with the decision given after a video assistant referee intervention. McAllister kept his cool to smash the penalty into the roof of the net to take Brighton up to 6th in the Premier League. And then moving on from that, also there was also quite a lot happening around Europe and also in Italy, where Victor Osimhen, of course, is the champion. We'll get back to that. But Nigerian Falconets have commenced preparation for the inaugural edition of the WAFU B Under-20 Women Tournament. 7 countries from the zone are participating in the tournament, which will be staged in Kumasi, Ghana, and the coach of the team, Christopher Danjuma, says he's ready to undertake the task ahead. The final draw took place at Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire on April 17th, when Nigeria was grouped alongside Burkina Faso, Niger, and Togo.
Time frame, we're trying to just make sure that we zero on the specifics that we need in the competition proper itself. Choosing the right crop of players, giving them the right mentality, and telling them how important it is to go to a major tournament, which has been the first, and win the trophy. I think this is a new one where we're all gathering in one venue to play for just one cup. You can see from the last World Cup we played in Costa Rica. Every player you see there was from the NWL. The same thing we are having here. Nigeria is blessed with talents from every club around the globe, in the country. So we're confident we will carry the same set of players, even performing better.
And that's it on the sports and news for this morning. We'll take a time out now. There's still more to come on the show. Oh, welcome back. And what's up on about 2 topics, maybe not so close that we want to talk about. But the first one has to be something that has almost happened to me on Nigerian roads, where your car gets broken down and you expect that if an authority instituted by a government, either state or federal, sees your car broken down, they should help you, maybe tow it to somewhere where you can fix it, or maybe even help you fix it. We've seen stories, even in Nigeria here, where it's now unusual when you see a case of last month they're helping somebody push the person's car. It's something to unusual, something to talk about and all of that. But this time around, I don't think it was in Lagos. But we know that issues like this also happen even here in Lagos. And I think from the video, I didn't see the whole video, but they even went as far as seizing the battery from the truck and all of that. My point is, they were not there to help the guy. In Lagos here, what happens? I've seen it many times where your car breaks down somewhere. Maybe it's a public space or where people get to. Okay, yeah, helping us with that. Okay, yeah, isn't that? Okay, we'll get to see you later. Nice. I like that. Isn't that chopsticks there? Very nice. I'm looking forward to what they are going to do in the kitchen, by the way. Yeah. Right? When I calm down, you don't reach like that. So anyways, so the point is, I've seen where you are in the middle of a road or something, yeah, and then they come, they tow your car to their office instead of sending it to where a mechanic or somebody is going to be, and you're wondering, are they not supposed to help me? And then you have to pay extra for the towing van.
I've heard of a situation where they asked, why did your car break down here? Like, I've literally heard of that situation where someone actually said, why did your car break down here? Like, is that not like strange? So am I the one dictating where the car wants to break down? So it's just, I don't know. But I think there are also officials that also help people sort their car. I've had a situation where I actually ran out of fuel on Third Mainland Bridge, and happily, luckily enough, it wasn't the last time.
Why did you buy enough fuel?
It was that's not traffic.
Okay.
I think they blocked one of the days. They blocked somewhere, everywhere was blocked, and then they actually helped me to get fuel. I think they pushed the car to the side of the road and then topped up the fuel. They actually had fuel on standby.
Who did this?
It was police, Nigerian police.
Nigerian police.
I'm telling you, on the bridge, the ones that are actually on the bridge.
They're good stories. Police can be your friend.
Yeah.
So they're not all. I think so. And there's something I was personally thinking about. Yeah. It's an idea for something I want to do personally. Is yes, we know that there's a lot. If you hear 100 reports about the police, what, over 90% are of them doing things that you don't expect them to do. But there are people who around, they do good things.
Yeah.
People talk about how ag burials and all of that, how they distort our normal lives. We've seen situations where people want to miss their way, and they ask an ag burial or someone in the road,
Yeah.
and they'll
They're
direct
always
you,
helpful.
and they'll even give you, like, there are stories of, oh, hey, I don't get transport fare, I go here, beg, help me, and I will take out 100, 200 naira, 500 naira, and give me and say, okay, and direct you. So there are good things happening. At times, we need to learn to highlight this one. Like you just said, the Nigerian police, did you tweet about it?
No.
But if they had...
But I'm sharing the good news.
If they had extorted you,
I don't.
wouldn't you have tweeted about
I've
it?
had situations, let's not even
I'm just
I've
asking.
had situations where I've been lied upon. Oh, you beat lights when I definitely did not beat. I've had several.
And you
Actually,
tweet
in
about
Benin, no, I didn't tweet about it. But like,
no, Benin is different because
hell,
the traffic light is up and down.
hey, Benin is different. So if they catch you,
It is different. The traffic light. The
they can
traffic
catch
light
you
is up.
as someone walking. They will give you offense to somebody driving car. That's not even good there. But
That's quite interesting. But yeah, but I just look at it and I say, okay, so we pointing out all of this stuff should be in such a way that we hope that things are done right, and we hope that that kind of a person, you know, doesn't get to because there's been, we see videos where the police spokesperson will say, okay, there's an investigation going on this. And for me, that's very cool. That's very cool if they can investigate that. The second thing I want to talk about, I saw this on somewhere, and just look at what this lady says. I met this guy yesterday. We got talking. I told him my house rent will expire this month. Baba stopped talking to me. I only told him, I didn't ask him to pay. Why would you tell me your house is going to expire at our first date? You understand? And then she says that I didn't ask him to pay. When you tell me something, when we are going out, we just met, and are you telling me, am I Minister of Information or what? Why are you telling me? Because I would expect that you are telling me because you want me to be part of it, Abi. And then why won't I jackpot? No, seriously, but I mean, it does happen. Why won't I move? After the first date, where a woman will come up and say, hey, why will you start telling me what's wrong with you? Just almost like, my birthday is 2 days away, and we just met. Why are you telling me?
Small talk. I think it's small talk.
Why are you telling me?
I've seen a lot of instances where, people meet each other for the first time and then they're, putting out so much. I think there should be first date etiquettes on what to say and, basically just how to approach, some issues. I don't think it was appropriate for her to mention it because, what was she expecting? Yeah. Okay, on what basis are you telling him? So
okay,
what's he going to do with what do you want him to do with the information?
So I saw this somewhere, right? If you meet a guy, there's no point telling him you have a boyfriend or you're married. Just tell him, my house rent has expired. He by himself will stop the conversation.
But from the way she was talking, she didn't seem like she was trying to get him to go. No. She said, I didn't want him to pay. But why did she bring it up?
Well, I'm just small talk.
What do you mean small talk? I don't get small talk.
It depends.
It's not small. It's there.
I don't believe he will say, how are you? My house rent is about to expire. I don't believe that's how the conversation went. And it's something, it may have come from somewhere. But yeah, I totally understand that. Sharing
that is not something we talk about. She'll be talking about dreaming.
But to be honest, okay, they tell you your house rent. Oh, yeah, really? Oh, what's your plan? Oh, okay. Sorry,
We should be talking about things like what's your favorite color? Right. You know those kind of things that people talk about on the first.
Right.
Is that what people talk about? What's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite place to go to? Bringing that up, it's for a number of guys, it might seem like a red flag.
Of course.
That you just if this one she's saying this at this time.
Yes.
Run.
And it is okay if that was that guy's red flag. So she lost him. You move on to another person. So next time you know what to say when you are on another first date with someone else.
So what do you want us to be asking your first dates? What's your 5-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? Where are you going with your life?
It depends. If you are talking to a life coach, so for instance now, if you were going to date now, so I'm just thinking, the level she's now, not when she was before she married, like she's an affirmation or life coach. So if she was meeting someone on the first date at the level she is now, that could be part of the discussion. And it might, I think that you need to understand, people talk about understanding an environment or understanding the person. There's some people that would appeal to them. Yeah. And that's what they would like to talk about in the first date. Like, okay, yeah, what's your 10-year plan? What
On the
what are
first
you
date.
what are you
On the first
projecting
date,
on the
what
first
do
date?
you-
What is the trajectory of your life? You know, how are you see? There's some people
Life-
like that.
life is not that-
And then there's some people that just talk
Calm
about
down.
what's your favorite color, and it's okay for them.
Yeah.
And have you eaten?
not that
And you?
serious.
That's so. I think it's different strokes for different folks. There are some people that all will go
okay, so recently I learned that your circle of people or the people you have around you are very important. And people, I mean, sometimes you could also ascertain that with, you know, discussions as such on your first dates. For example, what are your plans? What projects are you working on? All of those things, because you just never know. You need people in your life who can challenge you, who can motivate you, who can be there, because I mean, they say, well, everyone is,
On the
they're all supposed to be there for different reasons. It doesn't have to get into a relationship. It could just, we could be friends. It
A
doesn't
friendship
have
is
to
a
be-
relationship
exactly.
now. Isn't it?
Well,
All right.
Not everything.
Okay, that's it. We'll take a time and now stay with us. There's quite a bit more to come on the show.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and of course, we literally need to get breakfast ready right here. So make sure you have your pen and paper, because we have a very interesting recipe for you today. With me here, I have Fumi of Sort Out Kitchen and Events. Amazing. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah,
it
thank
is your
you.
first time. How does it feel
Yeah,
being
this is
here
my first
today?
time. Be nervous, but
A bit nervous.
yeah, first time on the screen.
Don't worry, don't worry. First time on the screen, we did it, yay! But anyway, don't worry, just talk to me. It's cool. We're calm. We're here to help you put this together. Okay, so now tell me, what are we making today?
We are making TIO special pasta. Like I have triplets, and this is their special.
You have dribble.
Yeah,
Please
this is their
touch my
special.
belly. Touch my belly.
Oh yeah, you're blessed.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, so this is their special. So you said TIO. What does TIO stand for?
That's their name.
So that's their name.
Ire, and Ore.
Ah, Tiwe, Iri, and all right. Shout out to you guys. Okay, so now tell me, what ingredients do we need to put this together?
Okay, we have a chicken breast.
Okay.
We have the spaghetti. We have the oil. We have all the spices here.
Okay.
Yeah, they love vegetables a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we have all
that's
the
nice.
vegetables here,
Okay.
the green pepper, soy sauce, sesame oil, and the soy sauce, the sesame oil, and oyster sauce.
And the oyster
Yes.
sauce, amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so now tell me, run me through the preparatory method. I know pasta. A lot of us love. I love pasta, right? And there are different ways of putting it together. But now tell me, what method are we using today?
Oh, okay. We're going to start with the chicken breast.
Okay.
We're going to spice it up.
Okay.
Then we stir fry. We stir fry all the veggies, put them aside.
Okay.
Parboil the pasta.
Pasta.
Then
And then mix
go
it all
from there.
together.
Yes.
That's the thing I love about pasta.
And then another thing, sort out, we do food in bowls. So it's one of my clients' favorites as
so
well.
now let's talk about Sort Out Kitchen and Events. So now, so you make food, so wait, you're one of those people on Instagram that used to confuse us. Right? We just be scrolling on a normal day, you just see food everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay, so now tell me, so so you do food in bowls?
Yeah, food in bowls,
Okay.
we do events.
All
yeah,
right.
party.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. So what are your most sought out recipes?
Yeah, this is one of them.
Okay,
Yes,
pasta.
and pasta, then porridge.
Porridge.
There's a way we serve the porridge. Yes. And my fried rice is so special because you have to taste, you know, all the veggies in it.
Yes.
You have to have that crunchy taste of the pepper, the carrot, not that everything is
Everything is mashed up together. True.
Yeah, that's
true,
it.
True. So that's actually one of them. Amazing. Do you make starch and banga?
Sorry?
Do you make starch and banga?
Yes, I do.
You make starch and banga?
Yes, I do. Yes,
You're not serious.
I do.
I'm visiting you.
work
I'm
out.
following you. As we are going out of the kitchen, we're going together.
You're welcome.
Okay, now tell me about how you started cooking. So what was it that you fell in love with cooking?
Yeah, I grew up in the family of 7, being the first girl. So, first girl, the fourth born. So I was the queen of the kitchen.
Queen of the kitchen.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm always in and out of the kitchen,
Yeah.
you know. Then I have an auntie that used to do a catering job. So when I go to a house, I try to spy on the cooks. When I see what they're doing,
Yes.
oil, garlic, ginger,
Yes.
I quickly run inside the room, take my jotter.
Yes, right. Oh,
You
wow,
know?
nice.
So when I get home, I put it down, put it in practice, and people are like, "Oh, wow,
It's
nice,
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 amazing.
So that gave me courage,
Yes,
to
go
take it
into
up. Yeah,
Amazing. So you love cooking.
I love
naturally.
cooking. I love
Amazing. Okay, now we're literally going to allow for me to get into all of this cooking, and then of course we're going to be back. But now we have newspaper reviews on the couch.
Yes, we do. Danny, I'm looking forward to what you have going on in that kitchen this morning. But hey, you're welcome to tea. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
for a Friday morning.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, who do we
Quite a
have?
few headlines coming your way, headlines in the dailies this morning. And we're joined today by Barrister Tony Taiwojo. Welcome to the show.
You're welcome, ma'am. Great to have you.
We are going to be starting with The Nation. Today is May 5th, Friday, May 5th. And on the cover of The Nation, we have a photo story here of the president-elect inaugurating the magistrate court in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. And a story of interest is at the top center there. It says here, President-elect promises judicial reform, judges' welfare a priority.
Exactly.
I'm wondering your views on that.
I think it's quite an excellent idea because truly the judiciary needs reforms, especially when it comes to the welfare of judges and judicial staff. And then you find out that we have very few courtrooms with a population of over 200 million. We need more courtrooms, we need more courthouses, we need more judicial staffs. So if the president-elect is coming in with that, it's going to be a plus for the judiciary, especially knowing that the judiciary is the third arm, of the government, and it's going to give more bites, to whatever pronouncements the judiciary, eventually gives as judgments. It's a nice one.
It's a nice one. Yeah, wonderful. Looking forward to that one and seeing how all of that plays out. Let's head over to the Daily Trust now. And there's been an issue that has been going around. Of course, we heard by yesterday, Nigerians in Sudan, Nigerian students and all of that have returned or have gotten into the country. But the headline here, the major headline on the Daily Trust says, "May Nigeria never experience war. Sudan returnees pray." The annotations underneath that headline say, "We slept in the open for 8 days. About 3,000 Nigerians still stranded and more aircraft needed for evacuation." Federal government. We've seen people who, over the past year, prior to the election, some people have tried to beat the drums of war. But what can we learn from this Sudan experience as a country?
Apart from the Sudan experience, we have a plethora of experiences. The Syrian experience, we have the Ukraine experience.
Definitely.
We have a lot of experiences. So when people beat the drums of war, I wonder at what they are getting at, because if you are not personally affected, your family, your relations will be affected. And look, there's no place like home. Nigeria still remains, even if you have double citizenship, triple citizenship, Nigeria still remains your state, your country of origin. So why fight? Why bring out issues, incendiary issues that would bring war? I'm really glad in a way that these Sudanese returnees are youths, students, who oftentimes are the ones who clamor for revolution. And I tell them that revolution will come, but not the way you are going about it.
Exactly.
So when they have experiences, I'm sure they will be able to send a message that war is not child's play. It's not something you trifle with or you toy with. So I feel that we should always be cautionary, especially in our statements. We should do more to build than to divide.
I love what you just said, because a number of people, prior to this time, even at the end of NSAS, we will tell you that revolution is not possible without bloodshed. And you have young people who you have not even seen that bloodshed. It's only on movie.
On movies.
That you have seen the blood. You think that it's like that. But like you said, these people that are coming home are youth, and we saw videos and we saw firsthand the terror. They felt and all of that, and it is really something.
They even mention it on a similar headline on the cover of the Vanguard newspaper. "Escape from Sudan" is the tagline there. Gunfire all over. They thought they would never see home again. They're telling tales there of woes that they experienced. Some had said their last prayers, apparently, according to a student. Some claim they were sexually harassed and they had to steal to survive. And they go really deep into those stories on the cover of the Vanguard. What do you think would be the response of the average young person now to comments like this?
Most of them, reality has not checked in, has not set in. But this is the consequential actions or effects that comes with war, the rape. And now it's not just a rape of women, rape of men, they sodomize men, there will be hunger. You have to, I remember the Congolese experience, they had to even butcher human beings like themselves, you know, to eat, to be able to survive. That is part of the terrors of war. So maybe for them, it has not yet set in, you understand me? But what we'll do is we keep on preaching to them the advantages of peace rather than war.
Right. Let's head over to the Punch here. And there's talk about the May 29th handover. Of course, just after elections, we heard things about some elements who were trying to, you know, maybe put in an interim government and all that. And we thought that, oh, this kind of thing. But it seems like the stories are getting on because Gowon is counseling petitioners here and says, again, military is warning saboteurs and says that threats to new president's inauguration will be promptly dealt with, says Defense Headquarters. For them to go to this extent, that means that there are some figments of, you know, how would I put it now, of opposition, as it were, to a peaceful handover, you know. And, you know, Keyamo knocks Onayekon for saying Tinubu shouldn't be sworn in before tribunal verdict and all that. But like, yeah, but it's all about this now. May 29, the handover and all of that. And why would anyone, why should there be an issue of people not wanting a peaceful handover?
Yeah, well, because, of course, there are vested interest. And people, you know, may, you know, be aggrieved that how, let's say, that their votes were not really put into consideration. But I want to align myself, you know, with Gowon, with the past president, because, you see, Nigeria needs to have stability. I would say that the petitioners, whoever they may be, should, you know, should be on the side of caution when it comes to this handover, the inauguration.
Yeah.
Let there be an inauguration. It doesn't mean that you will not get your judgment if the judgment is going to favor you. It will even be a landmark case that a president may have been installed or sworn in, and then a judgment of the court, you know, if that's the word now, removes him. So for me, as a Nigerian interest should be the paramount, should be the first. You know, stopping when we have a schedule every May 29 in this country, every 4 years, is the date for swearing in, you know. So we should follow that schedule. Exactly. Doesn't mean that you wouldn't get your judgment if the judgment will favor you. So we should just...
We've seen it happen with states. I mean, we have governors who, of course, won battles and then got back their mandate. So if that's let the law take its course.
Yeah, it happened in Omeha and
in Rivers.
It happened in Rivers, it happened in Kogi. So it's...
Thank you so much, Barrister. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, see you some other time. All right, that's it. That's all that we can take on the headlines.
We're going to be back after this quick break. There's still so much more coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I'm still here with Madam Fumi of Sort Out Kitchens
and Events.
She's going to tell you, even if you don't want to know.
Sort Out, SOUGHT out.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah. Thanks. We get it. All right, we're still here making our TIO pasta, right? Special pasta. But on like a normal, what is this pasta actually called? Is this Singaporean? But it's not noodles?
No.
Stir fry.
More like stir fry.
More like stir fry.
Yeah. But you just had one or two things.
One or two things.
Different from the regular.
Oh, amazing. So what are those one of two things we're making different?
We're going to put broccoli.
Okay.
Cauliflower.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. To make it, and it's good because it's actually more nutritious. Anyways, in case you're just joining us, that's what we're making. And the ingredients we need to put this together is going to be on your screen right about now. Okay. So no. It's not going to be on your screen. So let me just run through. So in there we have our chicken, right?
Yeah, chicken breast.
Chicken breast, okay. We have it in chunks and strips.
Yeah.
So it's frying, and then we have our onions and garlic and ginger as well, and some seasoning, right?
Yeah,
right in there. So of course we have our pasta, we have our oil, which actually use for the chicken as well, and which you also use to stir fry the vegetables.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and of course we have our ingredients. We have salt and what's this?
Black pepper.
Oh, this is black pepper. Okay, and then of course we have stock cube,
It's the
right?
cube, yes.
Okay, and we have our oyster sauce, we have our soy sauce,
yeah, and sesame oil.
sesame oil,
Yes.
okay, and our bell peppers.
Bell peppers,
different
ready.
colors, green, red, yellow to garnish.
I love
Make it look
colors.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a very creative person.
You're a very creative person, amazing. Of course, we have our carrots as well, our broccoli, cauliflower, our spring onions, and
onion.
our onion. So what would you say is the star of this entire dish? What do you think gives it that wow effect?
I think the bell peppers.
The bell peppers.
Yes.
Why, because
the
of the colors?
Yeah. The colors, the bell pepper, and maybe the broccoli.
Okay.
Yes.
So you spoke about your kids really liking vegetables. I think that's strange when it
Very
comes to
strange. I'm telling you.
So what did you do? You did something.
I
There's
don't
a trick
even know.
there. Tell me.
You know, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, you give them sweet and you give them onions. They rather eat the onions than sweet.
You're
I tell you that.
joking. You're
Yeah.
joking. That is so good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're really
You give them
proud.
apple, you give them cucumber. They will eat the cucumber.
Cucumber instead of, oh, wow. Okay, now let's come back to you. So do you really like vegetables?
Yes, I do, but not the cucumber eating of the onions.
Oh, wow. Because I want to say they took it from somewhere now. But it's not even you.
Not.
So it's a blessing. Let's just
Yes,
take it as a blessing. Okay, amazing. So wow, so how many minutes do we need for the chicken to
It's almost done.
to
Just
be
want
ready?
to get rid of the water.
Okay.
I want to get rid of the water
Okay.
for it to be properly
Okay.
cooked. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we're
we
waiting for the water
For
to
the
boil.
water to get boiled so that so when we're frying our vegetables, I know I've heard different things of the arrangement or the order in which it should go into the pan, because some people believe that the order in which your ingredients go in actually affects the taste of the food. You believe that as well?
Yes.
So now when we're stir frying, what would you say the trick is to keep your vegetables super crunchy?
The
And
stir
what
fry
other-
shouldn't stay too long on the
fire.
fire,
Yes.
because we're going to pour it inside the pasta
Pasta as well.
later on.
Yes.
So when it goes in the pasta, it keeps cooking.
It keeps cooking.
So the time for the stir frying should be limited.
Limited.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you're pouring it, you pour it at the last stage. Like, just give it like 30 seconds and turn and you're good.
All right.
So you still have the feel of the bell pepper.
Yeah.
You have the feel of your broccoli and all that.
And all
you
of
know,
that
yeah.
inside. Amazing. Okay, so we're still here making our stir fry, aka TIO pasta. We're going to do a quick break right now. When we come back, so much more happening here on Wake Up Nigeria.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. It's time for a chat with UK Mobile Awards Afrobeat Artist of 2022, Ayo.
Hey, hey.
He's also known as the King of Vibes. Ayo was born and raised in South London, and he's of Nigerian heritage. And today he was talking to us about his journey in so far as an artist, as an Afrobeat artist, his acceptance, and how have you been able to navigate the UK as a Nigerian Afrobeat artist? You're all welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
Pleasure
for
to
being
meet you,
here.
Honestly,
So it's first off we need to establish that you're here on a visit.
I'm here on a visit, but I'll be back.
But you'll be back.
I'll be back.
Okay,
I'll be
because we
back.
want to
We're
see
setting
more
roots.
of
We're
you.
setting roots, definitely.
All right, great. So yes, first off, let's talk to us about why you're here.
Okay, so everyone knows I'm an Afrobeat artist. I've been over in the UK, born and raised in the UK, but I feel like it's weird because my connections here is very powerful. Although I'm in the UK, I can speak my language.
Oh yeah, speak for us now. Let
I'm really
us.
sorry, but
Eh, well.
I can give it to you. My connections to my roots has always been in me. It's inbred. So it's only right that I do Afrobeats and hold the baton over in the UK, because I feel like we all know about colonization and everything that's happened, and how the power of the culture is kind of, I won't say diminished, but
It's sort of waiting out.
waiting out. And it's like, I'm here and I'm speaking to my people and I'm hearing that, they're saying, why are you speaking vernacular in school? I'm like, what? It's not even a subject that is necessary in terms of learning your language and your own language. So I'm like, I see the what colonization has done, and I'm praying that, as we go on, we begin to revoke that power and we begin to do things back to the way our forefathers used to do them, and the power and pride that we hold in our culture. So for me, coming from the UK, I was like, okay, why am I not where it originates? I can't be doing what I'm doing and not paying homage to
where it's from.
actually from. And that's what's brought me back this time. And as I said before, I'm here for a visit, but I'm coming back to my to my
So
homeland.
you want to soak yourself in
Yes,
Nigeria,
immerse myself.
immerse yourself.
All that goodness, that amazingness that you guys have over here.
Oh,
And honestly,
fantastic.
it's beautiful. This
Oh,
country is such a beautiful
Thank
country.
you so much. You've been doing music since you were 4.
Yes.
And you started here in Nigeria
Yes.
before you jackpot
Yes.
to the UK. Now, talk to us about that transition, and how it affected your music.
Yeah. So being raised and born there, it's been more of a thing where I've always had to wade between both of the cultures. At home, my mum will be listening to King Sunny Ade, K1, all the ones that we used to grow up with, Fela. My mum had old Fela's tapes playing in our house, growing up, listening to that, being influenced by that, but then going into school as well, where you've got the English and British culture. So it was more defining my own self.
Yeah.
Defining who I am and realizing that, I hold both powers in both. I can lean into the British and I can be part of the Nigerian community.
Yeah.
And again, that's where I'm grateful that I didn't lose any of like the culture. Being raised in the UK, a lot of Africans weren't even proud to be African.
Oh.
It's only now that the power of Afrobeats has now come, and you're now seeing all the people that were claiming to be Jamaican now coming out as, no, my name is Ade, my name is Chioma, my name is this. I'm like, so where were all you guys in school when all the Jamaicans, we used to be Jamaicans versus Nigerians or Africans, I'll say, back then. So everybody didn't want to claim to be African. But the power of music now, you're seeing everyone hold that pride and culture in the way they move. And I'm like, yes, this is what it's about. But it's shame on you guys anyways for not being proud in the same same space. My name is Ayo. My actual name is Ayo. So I had no way to hide, and I wasn't going to hide it. Everyone knew my name and they knew where I was from.
You remind me of a certain Ayo.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know her. She's slim. She used to do music.
Yes.
Ayo.
Yeah.
I think she's also the UK as well.
Yeah.
She's
She's the reason why I had to define myself differently, because I don't want people to mistake me for her.
Yeah.
Kudos to her and what she's done and what she's built with her name.
Yeah.
But I had to define myself. I'm the king of vibes, and I want to stand like that.
King of vibes.
King of vibes.
Now let's talk about Afrobeat.
Yes.
We've seen Afrobeat evolve, over the years. There's been a lot of fusion. We are liking the sound. Yes. Now let's talk about its acceptance in the UK and how you've been able to navigate through, even to the point where you won a MOBO award for it.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So with the Mobos, I partnered with them last year as their artists pioneering Afrobeats.
Okay.
The first time that they were doing something like that. So for me, seeing it, again, I'll say Afrobeats is still a baby when it comes to how long other genres have been recognized for. Although we know the Fujis, we know the Juju, we know the high life and all the other different genres that happen, and obviously Afrobeat itself. Afrobeats and Afrobeat, I always say, are two different.
Okay, tell us. What's the difference?
Two different things.
Okay.
So Afrobeat is originated from our forefather, Mr. Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
And that was his sound. Afrobeats is now, as you said, an evolution of that sound that he used to do, speaking about, how his whole agenda and how he used to stand firm in terms of the injustices. I feel like that's been birthed from that, and it's Afrobeat. So you get the fusions now with the R&B, you may get the hip hop, you may get whatever fusion that is birthed from that. That's where the S is now added. Back in the UK, Afrobeats did not even exist. They used to call it Niger hip hop.
Niger hip hop.
I don't know, along the line, someone in the UK maybe out of ignorance. So, there's Fela Kuti that used to do things. This is Afrobeats. But actually, it was actually called Afrobeat. So that's where that is derived from. And seeing the evolution now where the Europeans are now enjoying it. It's evolved from a space of, yes, you hear the traditional, 4x4 kind of beat rhythm going on, but you hear also the influences. I remember going on tour. I went around the UK on tour, and I was on the train, and one woman was listening to old Davido. I could hear it coming through her AirPods, and I'm like, this is old Afrobeats. They're still playing catch up over there. They're still playing catch up, but we've got the likes of Rema, the likes of all the people pioneering from over here, doing what they're doing, and it's building more of awareness of us as a community. Wherever Nigerians are, we are representing. And I am proud to just be a part of that community.
Now let's talk about your genre.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Afrobeats.
Yes.
With a fusion of, you want to tell us?
Soul, R&B. These are things for me. My music is a definition of everything I heard growing up.
Okay.
So I go from the Fuji, you can go from, even my sounds, my dialects, what I speak on, even my Yoruba that I use, I always infuse Yoruba into what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's all from...
So quickly, I mean, you can't leave here without, giving us just something to vibe to.
Yeah.
While we sign off with something,
Okay,
your latest music.
My latest song. My latest song is titled It.
It.
But I'll sing you a song called Closer. So come with me, talk with me, baby girl.
Ooh.
Come just a little closer, closer, close. I say, come with me, talk with me, baby girl. Come just a little closer, closer.
Do you have anyone in Yoruba?
All right.
Just a small Yoruba. Sounds right. We sign off.
Sumami Joe, oh yeah, let me see you take it low. I just wanna catch cruise and enjoy. I wanna catch cruise and enjoy. Oh yeah, Sumami Joe, leave the bad energy at the door. I just wanna catch cruise and enjoy.
Hey.
Oh yeah, make a catch cruise and enjoy.
Thank you so much.
You guys need to have me back on there to perform. I'll perform for you well.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you join us here on the couch. I mean, looking forward to, what's next for you.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing more of you on our
stay
screens
tuned.
and, breaking those boundaries.
Stay tuned. Obviously, music is coming out. I've got projects coming out this summer, so more music is coming. And I said I'll be back here again.
We want to see more of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I mean, you've heard Ayo, so much happening here on the show. We still have so much more. Don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back, people. It's still Fabulous Fun Friday on the show, and every Friday edition promises to be fun, interesting, and more fun.
Definitely, that is what it is. And thank you for staying with us. It's going to be a wonderful show. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Ime Okwache, guys. Do not forget that you can watch the show live on GOTV. You'll find us at Channel 16 and UHF Channel 49.
Streaming the show live, it's on Facebook, and we started on YouTube. We're not there today, but we'll kick off again once again next week. So stay with us. And Danny, Titi, what's happening? I know there's some chicken breasts that are available for part of our meal this morning.
How does it feel
I'm
to
looking
say
forward
that,
to
Mike?
that.
Yeah.
How does it feel to say that?
It looks very succulent.
Looking forward to it.
It's a breakfast show. I'm making
Titi,
breakfast.
drop that in. Drop
Chicken,
that
succulent chicken.
On breakfast. Anyways, Chef Fumi, how you doing? Definitely
Welcome.
putting things together. So she did something strange, interesting. She fried all her vegetables individually.
Oh, one by one.
Yeah, one by one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There must be a reason for that.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
I don't want the carrot to be so soft.
Oh, okay.
Then I don't want to add anything to it. I want you to feel the carrot when you're eating it.
Yeah.
You know, the sweetness of the carrot. By the time I add it to
Everything else, it'll affect the taste.
yeah.
Fabulous. Makes sense.
I love the chef. Chef O, you're doing well.
That chicken looks really well marinated.
It is. Oh, marinade, juicy. That is breakfast. It's not breakfast. Anyway, just kidding there. We have a whole lot coming up in the second half of the show. Let's get straight to it. We'll kick off with birthday shout-outs. What if birthday shout-outs on Friday? That's cool. Some beauts that I'm seeing here. That will be lovely. We're going to be celebrating you on your birthday.
For a musical performance, we have fast-rising artist Ibezim Prosper, popularly known as Great ED. And he'll be joining us to thrill us to his performance later on. And finally, joining us on the couch for an interesting chat, we have an award-winning actor who's won the award for Best Actor of the Year at the MSAA 2018 Awards. Oluwaseun Kentebe will be joining us to tell us more about his journey later on.
All right, let's take a look at what the days and the rest of the week's weather will look like.
All right, then it's time for our final conversation of the day. And on the couch, we're about to have an interesting chat.
Yes, we are. We have an award-winning actor, Kentebe, who won the award for Best Actor of the Year, MSAA 2018. And of course, he has worked with notable directors such as Kyle Peters, Bumi Davies, Yemi Jola Osho, and other top-notch filmmakers.
Yes, so fun fact, one of my first ever performances on screen
Okay.
was with Kentebe.
Wow.
20 years ago this year.
Wow.
2003, Twilight Zone.
I think, yeah,
2003.
2003.
Oh, you were in Twilight Zone?
I was in Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes, so he was one of my trainers then.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so he looks very young, but don't look at him like that.
Don't
Like,
let me look deceive you.
put respect on that name. It's great to have you here.
It's great to have
It's
you
great to be here.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about your journey in the industry. You've been here for quite a while.
Yeah, surprisingly. I'm grateful for longevity. I'm grateful for staying power. Okay, so kicked off 2001. I think we auditioned
3
for.
years ago.
Yeah, we auditioned, yeah.
Yeah, we auditioned for this group called Cyprus Associates.
Oh, okay.
Time was run by Kyle Peters and Biola Aloba. And well, my first audition, and I failed it. I failed it woefully because actually, I think at the time I was pursuing a music career. I was more of a rapper. Please don't ask me to rap. I don't think I've not done that in a long time. You know. So Biola called us back and said, okay, you know what? We can train you guys. At least give you rudiments of stagecraft, and then you can use that in your music career. And I said, okay, no problem. Let's try it out. And then they were doing all these weird things, all these terminologies and everything. And I was like, okay, how is this going to help me out? So most times, 4 p.m. I would duck out because I was training at the sports center at the time. So KP called me one day and said, where do you keep running off to every 4 o'clock? I said, I train at the sports center. Like, okay, can you at least try this thing out for, give us like a month. If it doesn't pan out the way you expect, go do your other thing. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. So I stayed back and then started training as a stage manager. So there was this production we were preparing for, I think it was called Double Jeopardy at the time. And the lead actor traveled. He belief was that he'll be back a week before the production kicks off. Now, by some miscalculation, he realized that he was going to come back a week after.
Wow.
So we had to find a lead actor for that production. And KP says, okay, Sean, so you're playing it. I'm like,
What?
me, how? I don't know how to, I can't act to save my life. I was like, well, you have a week to act to save your life.
So just do it.
So to speak. And that was it.
Wow.
So got on stage, did what we needed to do. It was frightening, but it was exciting. And then, of course, back then, Queen's College was the trial by fire for any thespian in Lagos.
They used to come and perform at QC.
Oh, boy.
And that's like hundreds of girls, teenage girls, are either there to cheer you on or boo you off stage.
Wow.
So that was it. If
That
you
must
could
have been
perform
really
there,
scary.
Oh,
They
it
used to
was.
perform anywhere.
It was. Because I remember my experience. It was mostly catcalls, boos. Oh, what does he think he's doing? So in my mind, I was like, okay, I just messed up this production. I went backstage. I was really sad. KP was like, just calm down, don't worry. And then the prefect came up and said, okay, so if you'd like to take autographs, please step this way. And then there was this tsunami.
Oh.
yes.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, you were wonderful. Can I have your autograph? And I'm like, these are the same people that just said I wasn't. What happened?
Interesting stuff, really. But then, of course, there's a big hop, skip, and jump now to the way shows are being done today. Let's talk Itura. Is it Itura?
Yeah, Itura.
Itura.
Itura. Okay, so what does it mean? What is the title?
Okay, so Itura basically means relaxation.
Okay, all right.
State
And there's a
of
whole
rest.
series about this on African Magic. It's been nominated quite a few times, and you were nominated for...
No, I was. The show was nominated.
The show was nominated
So,
for...
so like going for everybody.
Yeah, for Best Telenovela.
Yes, best original telenovela.
Best original telenovela. Okay, so now let's talk about your role in Itura. It's a quite, it's a compelling one. Right. It's so I mean it's your first epic movie.
Yes.
So talk to us about your experience, during the production.
Okay, so the character's name is Laduba. He's a businessman, or at least that's the front. He's a businessman, but he's also a smuggler.
A greedy
Very greedy, cunning businessman.
businessman.
And he's friends with the lead character called Odejimi, who's played by Austin Onuoha. And basically, he's just Odejimi's guy. And Odejimi has plans to become king. He makes sure he funds his dreams, so to speak, of course, with an agenda. Mind that, okay, once this guy ascends,
Exactly. You get
there's something for
yeah,
him.
for you.
Basically chasing the Ultima. That's basically the commerce aspect of Ibaokuta. And it's been a lovely experience thus far. I remember auditioning for it. I'd send the self-tape to James and all, and when I got the call back, it came at a time when things were just not working out. So I got back home and my wife just said, check your email. And I checked and congratulations, you got the gig. And I'm like, okay, this is a big one and everything. So what does it entail? And okay, you're going to be camped, 260 episodes. So there's accommodation, you'll be driven from. I'm like, okay, this is Hollywood standard.
Wow.
We're liking this. Let's see if it plays out the way they actually say it is. And it actually did play out. But of course, with all the comfort came the stress. I mean, having to shoot under some extreme conditions. You're under the sun for like 3/4 hours of the day.
Wow.
And then you go back, to rest, and then you have a 6:30 call time the next day.
Wow.
But
260 episodes is a lot of episodes.
It is a lot of
That
episodes.
took what? How long did that take to shoot?
Oh, that took 9 months.
9 months.
Initially 8, but then we had a break, so it spilled into the 9th month.
How does this affect other aspects of your life? So, for example, you're a husband, and then you also have other things that you're doing alongside. How does that affect, all these other areas of your life?
Well, we try to juggle, we try to be as multi-tasking as possible in that regard. I would say as regards the home front, my wife is someone who's very understanding. There have been periods I've been away for weeks, months, but we make sure that at least we establish a line of communication.
Sure.
At least, okay, I know you're fine, she knows I'm fine, and, the work goes on. I think the only thing it may have affected would be other projects because it's schedule-based, and then, having to tell them, okay, so I appreciate you wanting me on your project, but I have to wait for the schedule to come out. And then the schedule does come out and you find out
wow.
your week is booked.
Yeah, sure.
But
I wanted to talk about, how demanding it is to be on a set like that, especially working with other characters, working with a lot of egos, balancing things out, especially since you're not a small boy. You've been there, you've done this, your skills are on point. I know this from personal experience. And then you come across people with probably not as much of a work ethic as you, probably a lot younger than you as well. So how are you able to manage those relationships?
Well, I would say for the greater part, a lot of younger actors that I worked with also came with some very amazing work ethic.
Okay.
And it's just maybe like a few who aren't really, a few greens who aren't really versed in business. And then we also need to understand that management comes in. So you just manage expectations. Okay, this guy may not be, maybe tardy, maybe unruly on set, but there's a job that needs to get done. So I just have to employ that tactic of befriending such individuals and going, look, you know what, we've got a job to do. We don't necessarily have to like each other, but at least for the sake of believability, let's just do everything that needs to be done to ensure that this thing comes out smoothly. Because at the end of the day, no one is going to point fingers at the production house, so to speak. It's the actors. We are the faces of the production.
Exactly.
So, and the audience, they're very cerebral. They can tell when there's no chemistry. So, if for the sake of a good show, you have to fake that chemistry. You have to fake that bond with your co-actors so as to establish good chemistry. Do that.
All right. Honestly, honestly, I want to really dig deeper, but I just want to mention that, you know, we're rooting for you for the AMVCA.
Thank you so much.
And we're definitely going to be looking out for you on screen in your latest project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
forward
much.
to it.
Okay, and right now we have to head over to the kitchen.
The chef has been
Yeah,
working
chef
really
has
hard.
worked really hard. So let's
Thank you, on time.
refill
Let's
your
go.
time, please. Let's go.
We'd like for you to try it and tell us exactly what you think about it. Chef Fumi, so while he's trying it, I'd like you to tell him what exactly we have inside of this dish.
Okay, we have loads of vegetables there because vegetable is good for you. Yeah. So like,
Go ahead.
so you have
Actually really smells good.
Yeah, it smells really
We have Mike looking extremely excited at this side
Yeah.
of Yes, sir. Please don't take the pot away. Security!
Otilo.
That they like vegetables.
they love.
Oh, regarding the photo person.
You see something?
Pork for inspiration.
No, it's okay, it's okay. How does it taste? Just tell me, how does it taste?
Amazing.
It tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I heard them talking about you and your role on Itura and all of that. Well done. I see you look like someone that will fit in one. No matter how many press up Eliza do, he cannot be a crocodile.
Wow.
But this guy now, with what he has done, he can be in Hollywood, but he's already a crocodile. He get on his side. So the press up, Hollywood next for you.
Amen to that.
That's awesome. Take a pen, jot it down.
Think about it.